The intersection, the crossroad, where I am now standing, must be important. It is, after all, an intersection named after the community for which it traverses. That community, Bullucks Crossroads. It is going to be the focus of this edition of Let's Explore This. Now, the Bullock name, it is widely popular in the Rocky Mount vicinity. The origins of Bullock's Crossroads are not all that hard to come by. However, there is a bit of a problem. The Bullock name is so widespread in the Rocky Mount vicinity that it traverses through the history of much of the region. Much of the area around Koki Road, which is not all that far from this area, is deeply rooted in the Bullock name. The problem then becomes in trying to find the roots of what Bullock family helped define what became Bullock's Crossroads. Well, why don't we start with the road that lies a few miles to the northwest of this intersection? Droughtridge Farm Road. This is one of the roads that has ties to both the Bullock and the Droughtridge families. This area, it has strong ties to the ascendants of Captain Hugh Bullock. Now, yes, they did own land in many other areas within the Koki Road vicinity. So then, could Bullock's Crossroads have been a part of their holdings? Not sure, but look at that little thing. Hmm. Let's move closer to this intersection. Just to the north of it, we can find this road, Noble's Mill Pond Road. Yes, it has been said that what is now Noble's Mill Pond Road was previously known as an extension of Koki Road. Now, that tidbit of information might not be all that important. That tidbit of information, however, was listed under a biography for the Piety and Jacob Bullock family. The biography of the Piety and Jacob Bullock family, as well as many others, can be found in this book, which details the heritage of Edgecombe County from 1735 to 2009. In that biography, it is said that there were several Bullocks living in the Koki Road area as far back as 1778. There does not appear to be, in that book, much, if any, information about this very community, however, of Bullock's Crossroads. For this community, yes, we are going to be focusing mainly on the Piety and Jacob Bullock family. This is for principally one reason. That family just so happens to be associated with this man, George W. Bullock, who passed away in 1960. He is considerably important in this vicinity, namely for a nearby school situated along this very road that has come to bear his name. His father, he had been a great influence on education for Negroes in this region. This here, it is the G. W. Bullock School, named after Dr. George W. Bullock, as I said, who passed away in 1960. Dr. G. W. Bullock was instrumental as a physician, but his father, he was also named George W. Bullock, and he was a pioneer, as I said, for education for Negroes, not just in this vicinity, but throughout the county. In fact, once upon a time, the only school conducted in this area was in a store operated by his father. So, was that store in this area? Not sure, and very little is said about it. Regardless, it was also through George Bulluck's interest that the first Negro school in the county was constructed. In that school, it was in that building where Dr. George W. Bulluck would go on to receive his early education. Now, this article says the following: the school located just south of Route 43, about 7 miles from Rocky Mount. And it goes on to further say the following: that was the community in which Dr. Bulluck was born and reared. Therefore, I am taking that to mean that this area that came to be known as Bullock's Crossroads, it may be that very community, if the article is not referring to, say, Rocky Mount itself or some other region in the area. George, though, he ended up living a bit of a ways up on Pennsylvania Avenue. Apparently, this then modern school came to consolidate 5 smaller schools in the region. During a time prior to, but not long before 1960, upon the completion of a new building in the vicinity, the school was named in honor of the legend of Dr. George W. Bulluck. Now, I am not going to cover much of the land and buildings discussed in that biography about the Bulluck family. I just do not know if the land and buildings discussed were in this immediate vicinity. However, there is this one road that seems to be a bit mysterious. So here I am at a road just a mile or so south of Bullock's School Road. This here, it is Sawmill Road. There is not much along this road other than a rural residential district of sorts. However, why is it called Sawmill Road? Yes, there was a sawmill associated with the Bullock and Droutridge clan discussed earlier. So, given the name of this road, was that located here? Furthermore, could that there be the remnants of an old sawmill? Probably not, but who knows how many sawmills were in this region so long ago. Wow, Sawmill Road. It comes to a dead end. Folks, could there have, once upon a time, been a sawmill way back here? I mean, yeah, it could have been, sure. It could have been just about anywhere, I guess. Surely, though, back in those early days, I don't think these houses were here, almost certainly unlikely. By the looks of this road, though, it definitely is a wooded area. One could infer that a sawmill could have been positioned just about anywhere along this road or in the fields around the road. Of course, if that were true, those buildings are probably long gone. If there ever was in fact a sawmill here on Sawmill Road. Still, one has to wonder, why is this called Sawmill Road? It should make anyone wonder. You just never know. Much of this area has been turned into farmland at some point in history, as you can obviously see. And Sawmill Road, it is not a long road at all, and we know that a sawmill did run in the Bullock family. Where was it? Who knows? I wonder if anyone knows. If you know, leave a comment below. But you know the drill. Yes, that time has come. We have to move on to our next destination.